Welcome to this video on the Zenwar channel. My name is Sri Satguru Buddha Rawa Bhagwan. So there are many ways of clearing a space, and traditionally if you're about to have an important event, a gathering for example, or even traditionally if you're alone at your place, for example at your home, if you want to clear the space, clear it from any potential negative energies, right? Clear it from any past things that are clinging on, so that we can move towards a bright future, everybody in harmony, right? Personally, individually, and with people in society as well, living in harmony, right? With nature as well. So if you want to clear the space, and this is a great thing to do before any kind of special event or any type of meeting or anything like that, clear the space. There are different ways to clear the space, right? It can be done different techniques depending on the culture. So some cultures will use incense, some cultures will light a flame, right? A candle or something like that, or a diya, clear the space. Some people will make a prayer or recite a mantra, or invoke a clearing of the space from deities or from God himself, right? Some people will do it in different ways, right? Some people will do it with a sound, for example, like an instrument, for example, like a bell or something like that, right? Or we'll do it with different methods, right? Some people will smudge, do it with smoke, right? Clear with smoke, different types of smoke, tobacco smoke, sage, right? Is used as well, smudging, right? So clear themselves as well as they bring the smoke sometimes towards themselves as well, right? They bring in the smoke to cleanse, as well as the space, right? The inner space, the outer space, right? Cleansing the spaces, right? Some people can use also flint, right? So you can have a piece of flint and light a spark with the flint, which cleanses a space very, very strongly, right? It was the technology of the past, right? And these technologies are still very powerful and very strong. There's the technology of iron, right? So the Sikh might use this technology, taking your kara, for example, and cleansing the space, right? Using the weight and the power of the kara and its story, right? And the weight of the guru to cleanse a space from negativity, right? So using the iron, right? And steel can be used as well, but not in the same way, right? Iron has its own weight and power, right? A sar blow specifically, right? It can be used by a Sikh to cleanse a space, cleanse an area with the iron. So you cleanse with iron, right? You can cleanse in different ways as well. You can cleanse with scents, right? By having some scents that cleanse a place in different ways other than incense. You can cleanse with flowers, right? Flowers can cleanse an area as well, right? Flower petals can cleanse. Blessings can cleanse. Many things can cleanse, okay? So there are different ways of cleansing a space, right? And depending on the different cultures and traditions and religions and paths and peoples of the world and wherever they were in different places, different things were done to cleanse. So maybe cedar was used potentially to cleanse as well, right? Or pine or different things could have been used to cleanse, right? Burning different herbs to cleanse, right? As well, right? Alcohol could also be known as something that was cleansed, right? Alcohol could cleanse as well. So you have different things that could cleanse. Water could cleanse, right? Holy water could cleanse as well, right? Cleanse the space. So sometimes it's as easy as just doing a prayer, right, to divinity to cleanse the space and bless the meeting or the encounter you have and the situation you have in your life. And you can always reach out to the divine for help in any situation, or you can also not bother the divine necessarily every time, or do it in the background but not go directly, and use, for example, technologies, right, such as steel, right, or iron, to impose the iron on the situation and impose its power and its weight on any negative spiritual forces that are coming to bother a situation. Now we know the spiritual world is 99% of reality and the physical world is 1% of reality that we experience, right? And most people are only aware of that 1% and not the other 99%. So when you do something like that, for example, take your kara and hit the table. Remember, not a glass table because you'll break the table, but another type of table. You hit the table, it makes a thud, weight that cleanses and purifies and protects the area of the meeting and where you are, right? So that's one technique of doing it, as well as there are other techniques used in different cultures to cleanse the space, right? Different processes that can be done to cleanse the space, and then you can also invoke beings to cleanse the space as well, right? So different techniques, different paths, and the importance of cleansing the space prior to any important events, to avoid the influence of any negative entities that could seek to cling and influence the events, seeking to advance their own agendas, right? So similarly, as the same thing as you protect yourself spiritually, individually, it's very important. Well, if you're in a social encounter, you want to basically protect everyone that's there, right? Because you're all part of a tribe now, you're all working together. So your responsibility is to protect each other and the tribe, right? And to invoke the beings that protect everyone, because you know that some people of the tribe are weaker than others, and they might come in with negative forces, negative things on them or within them. So you, as they become part of your tribe, you give your tools, you use your tools to cleanse and protect everyone in your tribe, cleansing the space in which you are prior to that meeting. Thank you very much for listening to this video on the Zen Warrior channel.